Salute to you all. The brave never fall. What's valuable to each individual is entirely based upon their tastes, their needs, their wants, their desires, their ambitions, their mission in life, their purpose in life, their goals, their aspirations, who they need to show up for, things that they haven't achieved, things that they want to achieve, all their memories, all the things that they've failed, creates a certain type of value that only each individual can really articulate, even to a certain degree. You can never really articulate complete value for another person. And you could tell somebody exactly what you value in life. And that value may change depending on what's going on in your life and your mindset and your drive and your determination, people around you. So many things manufacture value in someone's life. And judging other people on what their value should be versus what you think it is, what you see in that person, is almost like judging them as a person. Because when you have value and you have a certain type of value or standard you require of yourself and you expect of yourself, self-love teaches you that the outside world looking in at you, or what you find of value in the world, is none of their damn business. That's entirely your business. It's entirely your point of view. It's your world you're living in. You're the one who has to wake up, face the world, and face the consequences of every decision you make throughout the day. Where you put the bar at every day is up to you. Some people like the bar a little lower because they can reach it often, do something with it, and move on. I, on the other hand, the type of person that likes the bar extremely high. I really, a lot of times, don't even want to touch the bar until I feel I'm worthy to do it, meaning I put in the work to actually get there. And not only did I put in the work to actually get there, but I didn't settle for the bar once I touched it. I touched the bar, and instantly, instead of just grabbing onto the bar, I used my fingertips to push the bar even higher. I don't want to hang on the bar. I don't want to jump over it. I want that bar always to be above me. I always want the challenge of getting up to that bar, pressing it with my fingertips, and moving it upwards. I'm not interested in putting the bar anywhere close, I should say, to my body. I want it always above me. Because as long as I'm doing that, I have something to achieve every single day. As long as that bar is above me, I have something I need to strive for every single day, something I need to concentrate on. And if I feel like there are days where I'm not going to get anywhere near that bar, so what? Keep going until you figure it out. The goal is to touch that bar. It's not to hold on to it forever and say, look what I did, and just hang there like a monkey for the rest of your damn life. That's my value. That's how I value life. That's how I get through each one of my days. You have to fight for what's valuable in your life. And I mean, you have to fight hard, because there will be people out there who are going to want to knock you off of whatever quote unquote pedestal they believe you think you are on. Because high value can instantly, in a lot of cases, be construed as arrogance, or you're pompous. That sentence, I don't even like to say it. Who do you think you are? When people say that to you, who do you think you are? As if they know who you are. They look at you and say, you got the bar raised up that high. Who the hell do you think you are trying to get something that you're never going to achieve? Why don't you just bring the bar down and just be happy that it's there and you can touch it every day? And that's where the fighting comes in. Because a lot of times, in most cases, if you're an ambitious person and you're looking to improve every day, if you're listening to this, you are one of those people, because most people in the world are not interested in improving themselves at all. Most people just aren't. Look around the people that you talk to throughout each day. How many people do you see that are actually dedicated every single day, self-disciplined enough to actually want to improve every single day, and will not stop until they do something to improve themselves every single day? You will not encounter many people who are willing to do that. So you are a very special and unique individual to begin with, to even want to improve yourself, to accept self-help in your life and to understand that things like self-love, self-respect, self-control, self-discipline are all things that make up a person of high value. And this is where people come into play when they start talking about who the hell do you think you are? Because once you start making your goals in life a high value, then of course, once you start achieving these things, you're going to want high value things around you and you're going to start getting them. Because when you start raising the bar, you're going to get higher value friends, higher value job opportunities, higher value home, higher value income, higher value automobile, higher value education, higher value circle of people who have your back, that people you don't even know. Like you'll get involved in charities. You can get involved in the church. You just have a lot more things going on. You have more time to do things like your hobbies on the weekend. You get to make your own schedule. You find that people start working for you. You have a spouse that you are just as much into as they are into you, that you both invested into each other. People see this and they say, who the hell does this person think he is? You remember how this guy used to be back in the day? You remember how this girl used to be back in the day? Look at them now. They're full of themselves. How dare they just rub that all on our face? But they never ask you how you got to that point or how you obtained any of that and how you fought for all those things and how you fought hard for all those things. They don't want to hear that shit. All they want to hear is, now that you've made it, you think you can give me an easy pass to exactly where you are? That's like somebody coming in an hour and a half into a Monopoly game and saying, hey, let me just jump in the game and let me just kind of just take the money out the bank and just start like in the middle average where you are right now, or maybe close to what you have right now. I didn't work my way through the game. I just want to jump right into the game. It doesn't work that way. You have to fight for your value, just like the people that you admire in life. If you have any type of ego at all, the ego will tell you it wants the best for you. And yes, once you get it, you're not going to want to let it go. I find it funny that people think once you make it, they feel like you should fall back now. You've done it, right? So what's the problem? I had people tell me after I ran my first marathon, it was only a 10K, which is 6 miles, about 6.5, close to 7 miles. This particular race was. And I finished, and people were literally like, okay, you won your medal. You did it. Why are you training? Because I immediately told everyone I was going to train for the next one. That the next one would be, I might do another 10K. And then the goal is to do a half marathon, 50 miler, 100 miler, do some Ironman stuff down the line. Well, you're 40 years old. How are you going to do all that? I always found that crazy to me that someone would ask me that. Why would I train just to run 7 miles when I'm capable of doing so much more? Why would I stop there? But I had to stop, take a step back and realize it wasn't what I was doing. It was what they were perceiving me through their eyes and what they weren't doing with themselves that they didn't like. It's not that they knew I was going to go on. They didn't want me to because it made them look a certain type of way. It made them feel as if they weren't doing anything with their lives. So they couldn't stand the sight of that. So instead of just being supportive, they say, maybe you should stop. You did it. Now you're going to kill you. They'll come up with all these reasons. You're 40. You're going to kill yourself. And then I come back with reasons. Well, okay, there's 7-year-olds running marathons. I think in 30 years, I got a long way to go. Don't you think? I'm just getting started. I'm young. I'm 40 years old, but I feel like I'm 22, 23 years old physically. Mentally, I feel a lot older. I feel 20 years older. I've been through so much in my life. I feel a lot older than 40 in my mind. I feel like I'm 60, 70 years old in my mind. But I have a childlike heart as well. I like to have fun. I like to play. I like to laugh. I like to make fun of people. I like to, I love romance. I'm just a guy. I'm just a person. The only thing that separates me from other people is that I have self-love, self-discipline, self-control, self-respect, and I won't settle for less valuable things that I want. If I want something of high value, I'm going to get it. And I won't stop until I get it. And people don't like that because there's no room for them in that equation. What happens when you get it? They can't do it, so they feel like you're going to somehow exit their life. And they'll start making it hard for you, which means you have to fight for it. And once you start fighting for it, you understand that the fight never ends. Sorry, there is no end. So you're constantly going to be fighting through stuff like that. Through things that are going to happen to you personally. If there's any goals in your life, they're going to be setbacks. It's going to be financial setbacks, relationship setbacks. You're going to be set back all the time. Things are always going to be happening outside of your control that are going to affect you. That's going to set you back, which means you can't lose sight of that bar. You have to constantly keep fighting for what's valuable to you. If you want a certain income, you have to fight for it, and you can't give up. If there's a certain goal that you want to get to, a weight in your life, you want to be a certain weight, you can't give up. You have to fight for it. You have to fight for it as if somebody is preventing you from doing it. And a lot of times there is something that is preventing you from doing it. And a lot of times it's you. It's right inside of you. It's in your mind. It's in your heart. It's your body. It's your soul. It's fighting against you. And you've betrayed yourself in that sense because you've been too comfortable for far too long. And what happens is you set those trends in your mind and your heart and your body and your soul. And it's really not all of those elements' fault. It's a collection of weakness that has to be strengthened. Just like a muscle, you have to start working those things out. One by one, start figuring out how to strengthen your mind, your heart, your soul, and your body. And you don't stop until you get to where you need to be. You make each one a focal point and you fight. And you fight hard. You have to fight as if somebody is trying to prevent you from getting something that you deserve. And it's okay to fall off the wagon. People have bad days. It's life. You're a human being. If you have a bad day, that doesn't mean you give up. That means you fight harder the next day. You keep improving. Small increments. It adds up. You don't judge yourself. You got to block out all the noise. Anything of value should not be easy to obtain if it's really valuable to you. It doesn't matter if it's a person, place, or thing. If something has a true value to you, it should not be easy to obtain. There should be a level of difficulty to obtain it. Otherwise, how valuable is it if you can just get it anytime you want? Without any effort. You can it's just yours for the taking. There's no reward in that. There's no satisfaction in that. The satisfaction and the reward comes from hard work over time. When you don't even have to put in the work, you're choosing to. You're ignoring all the people out there who are telling you can't do it. You're ignoring your mind, your body, your heart, and your soul when they tell you to give up because they preferred the version of you that was comfortable. It's time for you to go against the grain of what you believe you really are. And if you think your life is small, that's how you're going to live. And other people will perceive you the same way. People will perceive you as the version of yourself you present to others, whether you believe it or not. So what's it going to take for you to become the person you know you need to be? To go out and fight for the things of value that you deserve in your life. Especially if you already have started on the path and you know that inevitably your goal is going to come within arm's reach. The question is how long is that going to take for you? If it takes no time at all and you get it very easily, I say raise that bar a little bit higher. If it takes forever and ever and you seem like you never get it, no matter how hard you're working, I would suggest you take a deeper look at your life and figure out some other things that you are probably neglecting that's preventing you from getting it. It's all about balance. It shouldn't be too easily attainable, and it shouldn't be completely unattainable. There should be a healthy medium that you just wedge yourself into that. You just want to get as close as possible and away from mediocrity as much as possible. You just don't want to be too close to mediocrity, and you don't want to be too far away from your goal. You just want to find that happy sweet spot where in that zone, no matter what you do, you're going to get value every single day. Because you're going to see the little small victories start to pile up. You'll see the changes happening slowly over time, and that's how you gain momentum. You don't want to be a cannonball. You want to be something slower. You want to be something that can gain traction, gain momentum, and slowly, just like a train moving. It doesn't just take off. I mean, bullet trains can, but if you're talking about a train that's going to go cross country, you just want a nice, slow, enjoyable ride. And you pick up things along the way, just like the train will pick up people along the way, and you jettison things that you don't need. But the one thing you never do is compromise your value for anyone. Don't let somebody talk you out of what you believe in. Don't allow other people to affect your decisions when you know you're working towards something that they can't see, but you know you can do it. Because the moment you do that, you're giving all of your power and your value to other people, and they're going to take it and throw it away. They don't want it. Because if these people were focused on what they had of value, if they were working towards things that were very difficult for them to achieve, and they had goals and things to work on, they wouldn't have time to stand back and judge you on your journey. They're too busy working on their stuff. That's how you can tell a person of high value versus a person with low value. The people with high value don't have time to judge other people. They're too busy focused on what they're doing. They're going to see all the good things about you, and they're going to understand what you're doing. If anything, you're going to gain an ally there. The people with low value are always going to be the people that tell you you can't do it. You shouldn't do it. They're full of anxiety. They're depressed. They're full of regret. And they have no vision in life. And they have to figure themselves out, and you can't fix these people. That's not your obligation. Your obligation is to what you need to do to become the best version of yourself so you can show up for the people of value in your life that truly mean something to you. The people you're obligated to show up for, that's your motivation to make sure that that bar is always higher than you think it should be and other people think they should be. Doesn't matter if you can ever hold on to that bar. As long as you can touch it and see it, that's all you need. Because you're aiming high. You're not aiming low. These people who have the low bars, they're walking and falling all over the bars that they're trying to step over. The people who have the bars high, they're standing underneath it saying, I'm going to not ever give up until I figure out how to get to that bar as close to it as I possibly can. That's a good place to be. That's a great mindset to have. Especially in today's world where so many people are so focused on handouts and people helping them, and they're just skating by. Someone who has that type of mindset, who's willing to fight for what's valuable to them, they're the ones who are going to achieve. Fight for what's valuable to you and never stop. Sorry, there is no end. You got to keep doing this until you're taking a dirt nap, unfortunately. Well, hopefully you have a full life, a fulfilled life of purpose, and you're going to have the best dirt nap of all time. And if no one else has said this to you today, I love you. You deserve to hear that. Salute to you all. The brave never fall.